Okay, so here's what. Um, the first 4 problems that we're going to do is something that shows up in the ACT, SAT all the time. And the reason is the ACT, SAT wants to ask a lot of information in a very small question, right? So they ask a question that looks like this. What they'll say is this a factor of this guy? And the reason that they're doing that is they're testing 2 things. They're testing, do you know the vocabulary? Do you know what it means to be a factor? And 2, do you know how to find it out? So the answer to this question on number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all just yes or no's, right? That's all it is. So if I put this on the final, it's really an easy question for me. It's yes or it's no. But finding out whether it's yes or no is super easy. So when you were a little kid, someone said, is 5, let me grab a pen here, is 5 a factor of 45? What you would do as a little kid is to say, oh, does 5 go in there perfectly, right, with no remainder, And if it went in there perfectly, you would say, yeah, it's a factor. You'd say, yep, because it had no remainder. And if I asked, hey, how about 2? Is 2 a factor of 45? You would say no, because it doesn't go in perfectly. You get a remainder. So that's what we're doing here. All we're testing is whether you get a remainder. So if your remainder is 0, it's a factor. Here's what I tell myself. If the last number is 0, I put a smiley face, it's a factor. If my last number is anything else other than 0, it's not a factor. It doesn't go in perfectly. So let's try it. Let's test, is this a factor? You guys ready? Nice and easy. We're just going to use synthetic division and see if we get a remainder. You guys ready? Let's do it. Nice and easy. So, remember what we do to test if something is a factor. Got our little box. And remember, I've pounded this into your heads. Whenever you have something in a parenthesis, it comes out opposite, right? We're not going to use -2. We're going to use +2. Look, that rule still works. It's so handy. Then remember, we're going to take our coefficients. But I want to remind you, I didn't do it on the homework tonight. Watch for missing pieces. Third, second, first, none. We're in good shape, right? Remember, if there's ever a missing piece, we need to fill that bad boy in. So here we go. 10, -14, -11, -12. This is just what we did last night. I love these. They're so easy. We're just looking to see what our last number is. This is all we care about. If it's 0, yay, factor, make a smiley face. If it's not 0, boo, not a factor. Okay? So here we go. Drop down to 10. Don't forget to do that. If you remember how to do this, you can start cruising through it. You don't even have to wait for me. 2 times 10, 20. Do a little bit of adding together, and we get 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And we put those together, and we get 2. Is that right? 1. And 2 times 1 is 2. We get 10. Guess what the answer is? Boo. Not a factor. Not a factor. Yeah? Did I make a mistake? I did that on the other class too. No. Why would it be? Oh, still, but you know what? Here's what's nice. It doesn't really matter because it's still not a factor, right? As long as it's not 0. Okay, so I want you to try. Try this one. Did you notice? I got them out of order. I did them out of order. Sorry about that. Try number 1 now. All on your own. Is it a factor? Don't forget, anything in the parentheses comes out opposite. We put out -6. Remember, all we care about is this guy right here. So here I go. I'm working my way through it. I brought down the 7, right? 7 times 3 is negative, or 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. Negative 42 and 39 is negative 3. Negative 6 times negative 3 is positive 18, so I'm going to get a negative 5 there. Negative 6 and negative 5 is positive 30, so I'm going to get a negative 7. Negative 7 and negative 6 is positive 42. Hey, look at that. It's 0. It is a factor. Our answer is just yes. It's just yes. That's all you have to do, right? We're going to do one more of these that's a little bit tricky, but I want you to be brave, right? I want to see if we got some bravery happening in here, because I think we do. Okay, so take a look at this guy. If it says it's a factor, you have 2 ways to do this one. One way is long, but easy, and one way is short, but feels scary, but it's not scary. So here's what. When we do this, when it's got a number right here, most of the time I would advise students to use long division, right? And we know how to do long division. It's just a pain in the ass. It takes a lot of paper. But you can actually use synthetic division, but it's kind of trippy, but I'm going to show you a really cool way to do it, but you have to be brave. And it's not hard, but it's got the F word in it, and I know that's going to make a lot of you cry. Fractions. Okay, so here's what. Remember when we used to do that divide and slide? Well, what we're going to do is undo that. So we're going to make it like this. Does that make sense? Now, right now, you're thinking, oh my dear Jesus, we're going to try to do this with a fraction. I hate you. But watch what happens. It's totally not bad. So watch what we're going to do. We're not going to put 8 over 5. We're going to put negative 8 over 5. Does that make sense? Is that cool? Okay. Again, I need big, deep breaths. I need you to be brave, because it's not going to be bad. But right now, you're thinking, oh, holy shit, Miss T, we kind of hate you right now. And that's okay. You guys got this. Okay, so watch what we do. I want you to remember that fractions are not scary. They're just 2 things at once. They're multiplying by the top number and dividing by the bottom. That's all it is, right? It's nothing scarier than that. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull down that 5. Now I'm going to go 5 times this guy, and you're thinking, that's terrifying. But watch what I'm going to do. What is 5 divided by 5? 1. And what is 1 times negative 8? That's it. That's all you have to do when you multiply it by a fraction, is you divide by the number on the bottom first and times by the top number second. And these are all going to turn out really nicely. So watch what happens. 33 take away 8 is going to be 25, right? So let's do it again. Nice and easy. Start with the bottom. How many times is 5 going to 25? 5. And what's 5 times negative 8?
Negative 40.
There you go. Does that make it a whole lot less scary? I told you, it looked terrifying. So we're going to get 15. I want you to use my little trick on your own on the next one. Remember, divide by 5 first, and then times by negative 8. Give it a try in your head. Did you get an answer? Did you get negative? So did you get negative 24 for here? So 0, guess what? This one is a factor. Could I have done this with long division? Yeah, but if. Who wants to? No one wants to. I don't want to. You guys brave enough to try one on your own? Oh, this one's not bad. This one's not bad. This one's our last one. And then we'll go on to one other thing that synthetic division does that's awesome. There's something missing on this baby. There's something missing. And man, in 0 period, kids kept blowing this. Be careful here. That's to the 3rd power. That's to the 2nd power. There's no end to the 1st power. So I'm going to have to remember to put in a little 0 n there. Does that make sense? I got to put that guy in. So can you go ahead and tell me if n minus 5 is a factor, yes or no? But be careful. Watch. Those are called holes. You got to watch for the holes. Yeah? I'll set it up for you. 5 on the outside. 1, -5, 0, -6. And I got to warn you, if you don't have that 0, you'll get the wrong answer. You'll get the wrong answer. Yeah, okay, Brian, still do the fan shape. I love that. That's how I do that. Don't forget to pull down the 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 0. 5 times 0. A lot of people in the other class kept putting 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 0 and 0 is 0 again. 5 times 0 is 0. -6. Oh, sad. Not a factor. Not a factor. Okay, last thing that we're doing, and then I am shutting up for the day, I'm very excited about that, is it turns out synthetic division is totally magical in many ways. It'll wash your dishes, it'll feed your dog, it'll take you to the park if you're bored at home. So what I'd like everyone to do, because I'm going to have some candy, I'm going to pick someone randomly, I would like you with your table groups, and if you want to spin around for Suzanne, you can, I would like you to take this guy right here, and I'd like you to plug in the number 3. I would like you to plug in the number here, and the number here, and the number here, and see what you get. Use a calculator. Totally use your phone, use your calculator. I'll actually pick a table group, and if you guys have a consensus answer, I will have candy for everyone at the table. So, all we're doing is plugging in 3. We're just plugging in. It's a pain in the ass to do, but you got a calculator, plug in 3. Plug in 3. Let me get some candy now. Yes. Well, I got to stick your throat, man. You were hiding in there. Oh, I'm throwing in Swizzers. I'm throwing like Swizzers like this. Okay, are we ready? I am randomly. Ready? Huh? No, I just want you to plug in the number 3 in. You should get it just a number. Just plug in the number 3, get a number. You ready? Wait. Up, landed in the ocean.
Oh wait, this is.
Up, okay. So that is Gabe and Hannah and Becky. What do you guys think the answer is? Any of you guys got a?
112.
You think it's 112? Okay. So I'm going to show you something kind of trippy. Y'all had your calculators out. You did a bunch of work. I'm going to show you something weird that this magical guy does. Watch what I'm going to do. Are you guys ready? Because I'm going to check them to see if their answer's right. There's a thing called synthetic substitution, which says this. I'm going to take that 3, and I'm going to take these numbers just like we've been doing. And watch what happens without any calculator, without any plugging in. 4 times 3 is 12, and I get 9. 3 times 9 is 27, and I get 33, is that right? 33 times 3, 32, thank you. 32. 32 times 3 is 96, and 96 and 16 is 112. So you guys were right, and you guys now realize if you have to plug in numbers, you can do this tricky, cool way. You just use synthetic substitution. So A, share however you want. And let's try one for you guys, and I'm shutting up. So here you go. Here's what it looks like. What this is saying to you is plug in a 5. Now, you can do it old-fashioned. If you are an old-fashioned person and said, Miss T, I just want to plug it in old-fashioned, knock yourself out. But you can use synthetic substitution. The only thing I'm going to warn you is this. Do you notice that there's no parentheses? And remember how I've said a million times, stuff in parentheses comes out opposite, naughty? Well, that's not naughty. So when we do our synthetic substitution, we're going to just plug in regular 5. Don't flip it, right? Because it's not naughty. Give it a try, see how you do, see what you get, and then I'm shutting it for today. It was, but that was stuff. Yeah, they share it. So you guys got an answer you like? It gets a little big. So here we go. I'm going to pull down the 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 take away 21 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 and 22 is negative 2. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. You know what? If you had plugged this in the old-fashioned way, you would have gotten negative 3, but look how quick that is. So much nicer. Like I said, it washes your dog. It does all the stuff that you need it to do. So, I'm done. That's it. This is your homework. Here you go. I want you can skip, none of them, these babies. Yeah. They're fast. That's awesome. Thank you, Zane. I appreciate you so much. I really, they're always There you go. I will say that, you can skip number 10 if you want. You can skip number 10, but I really want you to try number 9. I want you not to be a baby. I really want you to try number 9. And on some of them, watch for the holes. I'm going to show you what some of them have holes. Number 5 has a hole. Number 7 has a hole. And number 11 has a hole. Make sure you know, and so does number 12. Make sure you know how to do those ones with a hole. Obviously, I'm making a deal out of it for a reason. Right? Okay. I'm quiet. There you go. Girls are starting to work. Emma say bye, Mom, because clearly she's only got 10 moms. Well, that's your mom. Bye, Mom. I have to do this work. Really, the sad ritual? No one wants the ritual? Oh my God, really? Really? No one wants? No one. The ritual stood alone. It's chocolate delicious. I don't even know someone that likes it to get it. I do. Okay, I was thinking. Thank you. I will take it. Okay. And like I said, I think that's why whoever donated to me. Yeah, I have I think so. Had a lot. Really? So sad about that. No one. So I'm going to time 5 4 20. If you know how to do it. Yep. You don't have to. You can do it either way you want. It's up to you. Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah, not on those ones. And especially when it's on the lineup, right? I don't even know how you score. Do you think that's faster? Just plug in 5 into all this? Yeah, that's fine. You're welcome. How do you do it? I feel like you're like barely hanging in. Right? Huh?
Doing the phone?
Just staying focused. I'm worried. So, I mean, I need the trajectory. Right? I was like that she's walking.
After a while,
Jack, if you go, you know me, the answer for all of them. Program first. You like this one? I like That's right, the whole five. It's like 10 problems for the better stuff.
yeah, he gets it. I have no problem.
That's all right. That's all. You know, everything else is better. Oh my God, I hate my I'm super afraid of long COVID though. I'm old. I'm an old person. I'm like those old people. It's like, yeah, they got COVID and it lasted for like 30 days. 2,000 years. This is, Tarantino's in the hospital because of COVID.
Like, why do I have to stay in my room alone? She's gonna look at that. How did she find out she was because they like
I'm tired of them.
how she's not COVID if she's in a nurse visitor. But she's like,